Very special day it is. It's a wonderful Wednesday. That means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning, is Brad Gilbert. Good morning, Bradley.
Good morning, Becky.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Like that sunshine, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to change, but that's okay. We'll take it.
A little cool.
Yeah.
A little cool.
We're going to get some rain, but we need it.
That's
we need
right.
a little bit, right?
We're no stranger to the rain.
That's true.
You know that?
True. And this little gap has let farmers start getting stuff in, so now they need a little rain.
The question is, who will stop the rain?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Hey, raindrops just keep falling on my head. Okay. Are you over here impressed? I mean, come on, I can go more.
So then we can be singing in the rain later.
Oh, look at you. Boom.
It's the only one I had. That's why I was like, please don't use that one.
That was a strong one. Very good, very good. Well, good morning, and we are going to be talking, and of course it's a very busy time, but we're going to be talking to a professional bull rider. We're going to cowboy up today, Brad.
There you go.
I'm excited about that. There's the Pro Bull Riders World Championship Battle Bucks in Louisville. It's the best. I got to be careful how I say all this. This is a mouthful. Best bull riders around.
Okay.
Okay. And they're going to be at the KFC Yum Center, and it's funny because the Yum Center can be so many things.
Oh yeah, great facility. Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I mean, we could just be sitting the other day watching Blake Shelton.
Yes.
And then cowboy up. We got a dirt on the ground. Boots on the ground, dirt on the ground at the Yum Center. All right, here we go. And good morning. Hi, who do we have with us this morning?
Hi, you guys have Wyatt Rogers.
Hi, Wyatt. Wyatt Rogers. Good morning. Good morning, Wyatt.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Well, of course, this is Becky. I also have Brad in the studio with me, and we are excited about talking to you. And Wyatt, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm just from northeast Oklahoma, Locust Grove, Oklahoma. A small country town. Grew up on a ranch. Been riding professional for 8 years, but started riding sheep when I was 2, and transferred to calves, steers, and bulls.
So you've been in this. You grew up in this, right?
Yes, ma'am. My dad, he competed in steer wrestling and team roping, and then I fell in love with bull riding at a young age, and that's just what I knew I wanted to be from my entire childhood.
Right. And so was he a little hesitant about, letting you go into this or, encouraging you to go into this?
I think when I was riding calves and steers, he tried to slam my head in the dirt a few times to get me to stop, and he finally realized it wasn't going to happen.
Oh, that's just like any good old dad, right?
Yeah. So that made the resolve even more, right? You're like, hey, this isn't so bad.
Kind of like this.
So I kept getting slammed over and over that I had done fell in love with the sport, and that's what I was going to do.
I love that. So Wyatt, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26 years old, so you're a young man. What about, let's find out the difference between when you're like riding maybe a horse, let's say, a bucking horse or a bull, or what's some of the difference in riding that, and I guess what's the hardest and what's your degree of difficulties when we come watch you ride?
Definitely like the level of bulls that we're getting on right now is the most difficult part. They're the best of the best, and if you take even a split second off, they're going to slam us. Rodeo-wise, I'd say saddle bronc riding is the hardest sport I've ever had to do. It's a lot more technical, and there's just a lot of stuff that goes into it with riding the saddle and the stirrups without a horn to hang on to and stuff like that. But bull riding definitely has its own set of challenges and a huge danger factor after the whistle.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's the part that always makes me a little bit on edge, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I've talked with, maybe I've talked from the other angle for those that own the bull, the bull owners, is that right? The people that have a lot of bulls. And they actually, they work hard to get their bulls ready for you. I mean, so has that gone up a level like of where the bulls, like you're talking about, is that what you're kind of referring to, that their bulls are more, I guess they are more trained a little bit more to kick a little bit more and buck a little bit more and to...
Yeah, the breeding of the bulls nowadays is ridiculously good. The genetics that go into it, and they just keep getting better and better every generation of bulls. And they're going to have to start breeding our cowboys a little better if they want us to keep up with them.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I can, but you like a good challenge, right, Wyatt?
Oh yeah, we wouldn't do it if it wasn't challenging.
Right. And actually, the crazier the bull, the better ride and the more points you can get out of that bull, right, Wyatt? Right, Wyatt?
Yes, ma'am. The harder the bull bucks and the more change of direction and intensity they have, the better chance we have of being at least 90 points. And that's the goal every time we ride, is to be somewhere in the 90s.
Love that.
So I have a question for you, and this may sound like a silly question, but as a spectator, it's like really exciting. It seems like it goes fast. So as the bull rider, does that in your mind slow down, and you can really focus and concentrate based on all of your practice and experience, or does it go as fast for you as it does for the spectators?
I mean, it's kind of like driving a car. Sometimes you have a smooth road and sometimes you have a bumpy road. It depends on how each bull feels and how good you're sitting in the middle of them. If you're in the right spot, it will be an easy ride, and if you're in the wrong spot, it'll feel like the most challenging thing of your life.
And when you actually when you get on the back of that bull, and you're in the chute there, like what is going through your mind? Like, oh no, or oh my goodness, or giddy up, let's do this, or I mean, what's your, like, I guess your energy?
I prepared my whole life for that, and so it's kind of, my body just takes over. It's all mental by then. Like, it just knows what I'm supposed to do. There's not any really last thoughts that go through my mind other than stay on.
Can you tell a difference when you get on the bull's back of like what mood he's in?
No, ma'am. By the time we get in the bucket chute with them, their job is to throw us off and then go back and eat dinner and go to bed, just like us.
All in a day's work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, have you heard of one of my favorite bulls is Sugar Boom Boom? Have you heard of him, and have you ever ridden him?
I've been on him. I got on him in Shipshewana, Indiana in 2019, I believe.
Yeah.
He actually bucked me off.
Oh, did he? See, Sugar Boom Boom has no time for that. You know what I mean? I got to go. I'm a huge fan.
He's a great bull, Justin Cornwell's, and
Yeah.
I assume he'll probably be there this weekend.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'll have to see if I can get a selfie with Sugar Boom Boom. So let's go back over for everybody that's coming to the Yum Center. You're going to be at Louisville, Kentucky, at the Kentucky Yum Center, which we're excited about this coming weekend. But tell us a little bit about things that, like, how do you get points? Tell us what we should be looking for from a crowd's point of view. What's like going to get you the most points, and what are you doing? Let us know the inside of it all.
Have to stay on the bull 8 seconds. That's the first and most important thing. And then after that, you get scored by 4 judges, and you can get a maximum of 100 points. And then they rank you based on your scores, and then the top 8 competitors win money and win points, and the top 12 on the weekend will win money on their cumulative score with all 3 rides combined.
Okay, so like, and why when you're up there, like, if you're moving your feet, if you're hitting your feet, and you're like, and your hands are up, I mean, you're going to get more points, correct? Like,
Yes, ma'am. If you're able to take one of your legs and kind of pull it up by your hip, that shows control of the bull, and that gets you bonus points. We call it spurring.
Yeah, right. Okay, so if you can do that, then you're going to get more points. Is it hard to remember everything to do when you're, I mean, in those few seconds?
No, ma'am. Like I said, it's all reactions, and just I've done it my whole life, and now it's just muscle memory.
Right. And for all of our weekend warriors out there that maybe have rode a mechanical bull, what's the difference between a real bull and a mechanical bull?
The mechanical bull isn't going to try to get you after.
Okay, but is it about the same ride though?
No, there's a lot more intensity with a real bull, and then the bull can move directions and move forward in the spin or move backwards, and a mechanical bull is it's stationary. It stays on the same thing and just spins on one spot.
Right.
So it's not anywhere close to riding a real bull.
Right. Okay. And then on the when you are after, let's say that you're off the bull, So what is your plan of action? How do you plan to get out? I mean, and then thank goodness, and we're very much happy about those wonderful clowns, right?
Yeah, we got 3 of the best bullfighters in the world every weekend, and they make getting away from them a lot easier on me. But as soon as I hit the ground, my goal is just to hobble to the fence as fast as I can.
Yeah. Can I ask you some of your injuries that you've had before?
Yes, ma'am. In 2021, I broke my right leg in 4 places, 3 in the fibula and 1 in the tibia. And then 2022, I tore my PCL. And then this year alone, I labrum in my hip, and I partially tore my LCL in my left knee. And then just other than that, bumps and bruises.
Yeah. So when you go when you go to have surgery, do they just say, "Oh, he's a bull rider"? Is that?
Basically, they're like, "Well, why do you ride bulls? You continue to get hurt." Well, that's what I love, and that's my job.
And I'm definitely making job security for you, the surgeons, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So Wyatt, you actually, this is important to you. This, am I correct on this? You really need a big win for your points this weekend.
Yeah, the last 2 weekends I made the short round and finished top 10 in the event. Moved up to 35th in the world.
Awesome.
And it would be great to ride 3 bulls at Louisville and get a win going into the World Finals. This is our last weekend before the World Finals.
Awesome.
That's great. Yeah. So what is the average in years career of a successful bull rider?
18 to 35. But I mean, every guy's different. My goal is to ride to 35, as long as I'm at the top level and still feeling good. But I mean, there's lots of things that can change that, as far as family or who knows, injuries. You never know.
Right. And then as far as the crowd, do you hear when we're hollering for you? Because we're going to really bring the noise for you, Wyatt. I really want you to do well this weekend. Do you hear the crowd, or is it Garth Brooks sings about the crowd roar? I mean, is that something you hear?
Yes, ma'am. We hear it constantly, whether we're about to nod our head during the ride or after the ride is the main time. But it's great to celebrate a great ride and the crowd be into it. It's just an unreal feeling.
Right. And when do you find out what bulls you're going to be on for sure? Or have you already been assigned? How do they do that? How do they pick which bulls everyone gets?
It's a random computerized draw. So Saturday night's round, I'll probably find out tomorrow. And then we won't know our Sunday draw until about midnight Saturday night.
Okay. And then will you be riding the whole weekend, or what nights are you going to be riding?
Yes, ma'am. I ride one on Saturday night and one on Sundays, and then hopefully come back for the short round on Sunday afternoon, which will be the top 12 guys of the event that go, or after the first 2 bulls, we get on a third one.
Right. Okay. Awesome. And then, as far as how do you get yourself ready? What's your workout? What's your routine? I mean, are you on a strict diet? Do you lift weights? What do you do to get prepared, and how do you get yourself ready?
I do a lot of just cardio stuff. I'm kind of a bigger guy, so if I go and lift weights, it'll make me too big for what the ideal body is for a bull rider. It's best to be slim and kind of just athletic and have a strong core. And but just work out every morning, and then the day of an event, try to work out, eat light. About to start a new diet called the carnivore, and go strictly meat. But just see if that can make my body a little bit more lean in that way. But constantly changing up the diet and trying to figure out new stuff to get me in the best shape I can.
Right. And because you have to be pretty athletic to do this. And I'm thinking that, when you tell those bulls what kind of diet you're on, they might be a little worried.
I don't know about that.
Steak and a hamburger.
Yeah.
Well, you have it there at your feet. Well,
yes,
this is exciting. So, of course, we're happy about this, and you've been to Louisville. Have you actually performed in Louisville before?
I've never competed in Louisville. I've been to Lexington a few times and competed at the Rupp Arena there, but never Louisville, so I'm looking forward to it.
And what is the season for most of your bull riding?
Year-round.
Year-round. Awesome.
The PBR Unleash the Beast season, it has ran from Thanksgiving weekend till May 21st is when the Unleash the Beast season was over. And then we'll go to some summer PBRs, and then PBR Team Series will start up July 23rd and 24th in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then we'll do that till November, then start it all over again.
Nice.
Awesome. And what's that one place that you've been, that you have that one memory or that one ride? Go into detail and tell us, Wyatt, a little bit about why maybe that's special to you, or maybe the worst one either the best or the worst ride you've had.
So I was in high school and I got invited to my first professional event a week after my 18th birthday, and I flew down to Mercedes, Texas, and I fortunately rode all three of my bulls, and I won $43,000 at my first ever professional event and won it. So that's by far my most special event, and I couldn't have dreamed of a better way to start my professional career.
Wow, that's quite a bit of money for a young man, right?
That's a lot of money for an 18-year-old and didn't know what to do with it.
I'm sure. But now, was he so proud of you? Did he see this coming up in you? Did he realize that you had something special with this?
Yeah, he pushed me growing up and always pushed me harder than I even believed in myself sometimes. I think he knew that I had the talent to do it. And as long as I worked hard, I could get to where I wanted to be in my goals.
Right. Which is important, and that he believed in you and knew that you could do it. And also, I'm sure the way he worked with you and taught you was the safest way of doing this.
Yes, ma'am. Safety's first. I always wore a helmet and all the tech I use in the sport.
Right. Now, and then so the bulls that you'll be on, there will be, what will you be able, you have the rope to hold on to? Will you actually you won't have a saddle or anything, right?
No, ma'am, it's just a rope and wrap it once around my hand, and that's basically all we have to hang on to.
Right. A little degree of difficulty there, I think. Now, and then on the rope, whenever you go off, I guess it just goes, I mean, you can get untangled quickly, is that right?
Ideally, we make a controlled ride, and then we pop the tail to where it's just laid across our hand one time, and then your hand comes out, ideally. That doesn't always happen, but that's why we have three of the best bullfighters. If our hand gets hung in a rope, that's their job to go in and get it unwrapped around our hand and get it free.
Right. Well, pretty awesome. Well, we can't wait for the show. Also, will there be other, we know the bull riding, will they have other events going on at this weekend?
You'll have Flint Rasmussen. This is his last season as the entertainer for the PBR, so come out and get entertained by him, and he will fill all the downtime at our event, and there's no one funnier in the business.
Okay, awesome. And it looks like, now have you also done team roping too?
Yes, ma'am. I competed in college at rodeos doing team roping, calf roping, ski wrestling, and riding bulls there.
Yeah. And did you enjoy that too?
Oh, yeah. They're definitely all loved in my heart, but bull riding just is above the rest.
Right. Well, you are definitely a thrill seeker, right?
Yes, ma'am. I don't lack on the exciting part of my life at all.
What about a good roller coaster? Wyatt, do you like a good roller coaster?
Oh, yeah. I've been to Branson, Missouri quite a few times, and Six Flags. It's all great. I love, I think thrill, but skydiving is where I draw the limit. I ain't about to jump out of no plane.
Oh, that's funny. That's great. You'll get on a pool that no one has any control over and completely going to do whatever it wants to do, but you won't go out of an airplane.
Yeah.
You got to have your limits, right, Wyatt?
Yeah.
Draw the line somewhere. Well, it looks like to me like to keep your feet on the ground. I think that's probably a little more, I understand. I've always heard, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane, right?
Yes, ma'am. I agree with that statement completely.
Yeah. Right. Well, we're going to be cheering you on. Can't wait. Wyatt, I want to thank you so much for taking time for us. So are you on your way to Louisville soon, or are you there?
Me and my girlfriend, we will leave Friday after work, or so be there probably around 11 p.m. midnight on Friday night and compete Saturday.
Yeah, I think Friday's when they're going to start getting everything all ready and get the Center looking like a good place for a rodeo.
Yes, ma'am. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, Wyatt, hopefully we'll get a talk and get to meet you. I'll be there. I can't wait, and I'm going to be hollering and cheering you on. And I hope that you get so many points and it gets you where you need to be. And because actually looks like you could be qualifying for the World Finals, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's the goal. I think I'm safe for the World Finals, but it never hurts to get some more points and be for sure be in the top 35 men.
All right, sounds great. Well, listen, you be safe, okay? Brad,
yes, ma'am. Great talking to you.
All right.
Hey, best of luck.
Thank you.
Hey,
bye.
What do you say whenever do you say cowboy up, or what do you say? What do you?
I just nod my head. I don't want to give the bulls too much of an advantage. If they hear me say something, they'll know it's coming.
All right.
All right. Well, keep that poker face then, okay,
Yeah.
Wyatt? All right. Keep up the great work. You stay safe, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know how, like his girlfriend, can you imagine? Like how nervous? I would just. This is what he does.
Yeah.
And I would love it. I would love every bit of it. It would just.
Maybe he's got a girl that was like him, grew up around all of that, and just so used to it, you know. Or maybe she thinks, well, maybe he found one that feels sorry for him, that after he does that, rides bulls and stuff, then she just is like, oh, well, I'm not gonna get mad at you for not washing the dishes. Real world problems, right?
I'm just thinking though, like here you are, you know, and you draw your number or whatever you get or however, and then you get your bull, and then you walk over and you see this bull that is like none other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh my goodness, what have I got into? What did I sign up for?
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you feel that way?
Probably. Oh, yeah. I mean, you would have to. You would have to be
like your mind mentally.
Yeah. I mean, even though he's been around that since he was little, that still, there has to be that moment that it's just like, wow.
There's some bulls that would look at you like, I'm just thinking like, I know, Brad, like, you know, like, because we're country here, like, if you've been out in the field and like the bull, like, running, like, it's a true thing. You don't mess with the bull. I know that's a country music song.
You don't mess with one that sizes you up either, you know? It's like, let alone set on its back.
They'd be crazy.
You know, it's like,
they'd be crazy.
Oh, you got me all pinned up here, right? And then you're going to set on my back. I get you. Yeah, that's just something. But it is exciting to watch. And the safety things that they have done, you know, wearing helmets and stuff, and just so much. And I know there's injuries, and that's you know, that's part of it. And I think it's something that's interesting that he kept saying is, you know, these bull riders are true athletes. They're true athletes. So, you know, it's not like me and you just go, hey, we're gonna ride a bull.
Yeah. So if you so let's play a game, Brad. You know, I like games here. Okay, so would you jump out of an airplane and with a parachute, or let's hope you have a parachute.
Well,
right?
yeah. I mean, that would be the goal.
I heard somebody had a parachute for sale, one-used parachute, never been opened, but used.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, would you jump out of that, or would you get on a bull?
I'd jump out of an airplane first. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
and the reason is that as a novice, the first time you jump out of an airplane, you're probably going to be tethered to someone.
Yeah.
Who's a professional, right?
Well, maybe not. No, there's no tethering going on. You're on your own. Buddy.
Well, I still feel like that's more in control than a bull. You know?
Okay.
It's me and the parachute.
Okay. So for your 20th
But
birthday,
my ultimate thing would be to watch someone I know ride the bull, or watch someone I know jump out
and cheer them on.
And cheer them on.
Yeah. We can do that really loud.
I'm not scared of heights or anything, but it would just be. I think they're two opposite things, you know.
I know.
I mean, you have adrenaline from jumping out of a plane over here, and adrenaline from riding a bull, but the jumping out of a plane would you would be calm and you could, or you'd scream all the way down. Either way. Maybe, But I just feel like they would be adrenaline and just different feelings. So.
Yeah. I think on mine, I would be like, okay, like, because I rode horses and been bucked off, kicked off many times. And I know that ground really hurts. I mean, that really hurts. That ground is just like solid. Like, it doesn't give. There's no cushion.
No.
There's no cush. I mean, when you hit, you hit. And you don't know how you're going to land. And like, and he's professional. Wyatt's professional, so he'll know how to land better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I, just didn't know. So I know that, and I know how bad that hurts. Okay, but I don't know why. But I don't know. I kind of would like to. I've always wanted to try it. You know what I mean? But maybe a sheep.
There you go.
That's where I need to start. Yeah.
Well, you know how the goats and the sheep always sizes up at the county fair every year. They check us out. Yeah. Brad.
Would you?
Yeah. They taunt us while we're out. They wait till we get on the air and they taunt us. So there's one of them that probably would be
would you would you come watch me?
Yes.
Or would you be a little embarrassed?
No,
I'm going to watch
no.
Becky ride. Oh, she rides bulls. No, she rides sheep.
No, I wouldn't be embarrassed at all. I would be taking pictures and videos and cheering you on.
Only from my good side, Brad. Yeah. Those photos would all have to be looked at before they would ever go out.
Well, yes. I mean, I totally get that.
I don't know, because years ago I always thought, that'd be fun. You know what I mean? Kind of cool, to do.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. I don't know. As you get older, you start thinking things that, I mean,
it's like, things break easier.
I do. I know. And it's just like, or
and the recovery time.
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And things stay sore longer.
I think if I did it, though, I would have to have a moment of everyone in the room, please notice that this just happened. You know what I mean? They go on. Like, they get, they run off and, the cowboys just run off and...
That is the problem with bull riding. You can't have that moment in the sun because the bull's still trying to chase you down and the clowns are like,
I know.
Get out of the ring.
I need that one moment in time. I need people to realize what I just did.
Yeah.
Does somebody please just want to give me a thumbs up? Can I get a thumbs up?
Yeah, I need one standing ovation, please.
I just need something. A little bit of a clap from somewhere. Because what I just did, but no, they ain't got time.
You don't need one of your friends like, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That's not the acknowledgement I needed.
Here's what my girls would say. You should have stayed longer. What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you? Did you not, really, your mother just rode a bull that was going to kill somebody, but why did you not stand there longer? What did you do? Did you didn't kick, you didn't do.
Yeah, I'd get bucked off and there's a 17-year-old I love dearly that would be like, well, that was tough.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. I don't know. I mean,
why
it's like,
did you not do better?
That was tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's code for terrible.
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 It was painful to watch, is what my girls would tell me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be, are you okay? That was painful for us to watch.
It'd be like, well, I would get, don't come over here and talk to me.
We fixed our hair for this.
Yeah.
We were here, we showed up for this.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
At least my boots are cute, right? That's what they'd say.
Yeah. You were only there for 5 seconds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always feel sorry for
the story always changes. Like, in the moment, they're just like, oh, that was terrible, whatever. But then later, it's just like, that was so awesome. And, it's like...
What? Yeah.
Yeah. No, in the moment, I needed that. Now, it's like too late.
Exactly.
It's like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
I always feel bad, though, for those that, for whatever reason. Okay, if you don't get on there just right, okay? Let's say that, you're in the crowd and all of a sudden, he moves or does something or whatever, and you don't get your hand. I mean, there's things right?
Yeah.
So let's say that, and all of a sudden, it opens. Yeah. And then if you're not 100% right there or whatever, and then you're off in seconds. I always feel sorry for that.
Right.
I mean, I hate that. Or if the bull all of a sudden does a weird turn. That
right. And I would have to say that, you check the rope and everything, but you couldn't be one of those people that's got to check everything 5 times or 7 times or whatever, because you're just going to have to check it once, twice, and be ready, because you could be, hold on, wait, I got one more time to check my rope,
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
so I'm not discounting that need, but it's like, you would not be prepared. You have to be, as soon as you set down, boom, boom. And it does go quick.
Right. And I would be talking. You know, there would be talking, and I'd be talking to that bull like, you know, come on, we're gonna do good. You're gonna do good.
Yeah.
And then
you'd also be talking to the people that were helping
That's
you.
right.
And she was like, "Hey, how's it going today, Billy? What's up? Yeah, I like that shirt.
There'd be I'd be talking, and
Does
then
my
all
hair
of a
look
sudden,
okay?
does my hair?
Does this helmet make my head look big?
Where is my cowboy hat? Okay, where is my hat? Okay, can I put a cowboy hat over that helmet?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were talking, and then all of a sudden, like, well, okay, like you have seconds. Can you imagine? Okay, like if you're sitting, or let's go back over to a roller coaster. You know how like you're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, zoom. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm thinking.
Like the ones that shoot you out
Right.
instead of just going slowly up the hill. Yeah, you're just like sitting there talking.
Like the cheater
you're not
chase.
sure, and then all of a sudden,
Brad,
you're
best
done.
thing ever watching Brad Gilbert shoot Brad. I am a fan of shooting Brad. Shoot him out.
That's true.
I
get abused. You're not the
know.
only one.
No, I know.
Everyone's like,
No,
watch.
I have people behind me
You gotta
supporting,
watch
absolutely,
Brad.
shooting
Yeah.
him out. Yeah.
But I'm
more
smiling the
pressure,
whole
more
time.
Pressure, I know.
I'm smiling the whole time. It's okay.
Yeah. So so I would be like that. But when he opens that gate, you know what I mean? Like I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? What did I sign up for here? What was I thinking? You know.
Yeah.
And then you always see the ones that you have to give huge respect to this because they get hurt. And like there'll be like, you know, others that'll come and help them get out of the arena, but like they're really hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't show it. They put that face on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the announcer's trying to, you know, talk over it, but they're like, you know.
I couldn't be a commentator for that because I'd be
like, oh my, oh no, oh
that's
no.
gotta hurt.
Ouch.
They would be like,
Where is his
Becky.
mom?
Yeah.
Where is his mom? I know.
Yeah.
She's got to be there in the
Yeah.
arena. I'd be that mom.
Yeah. What?
What? You did what?
You'd
to
be
my
down there
baby?
having a stern
Give me
talk with that bull.
You don't
Let's
know
have
me.
a conversation.
You did what to my baby? What did you do? You know, that bull
Yeah.
would pity the fool there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's amazing though. It is, and it's good to watch. So.
Yeah. So it's fun. So anyway, that's this weekend. Get your tickets, and I think they have some tickets left. And they always make it fun. The crowd's always entertaining. It's always fun time. So it's going to be at the Yum Center this weekend. And so get your tickets now. So anyway, let's all go out and scream and yell and shout for Wyatt Rogers for sure.
Yes.
All right, Bradley, we're on to the 26th day of April. Today is Addison's birthday. I want to say happy birthday to Addison.
Yay, happy birthday. I got to see her over the weekend.
Yes, you did. Yes,
Wonderful young lady.
Very,
Wonderful young
very
lady.
impressed, and yeah, I think so for sure.
Yeah.
This is also Administrative Professional Day. All right. Alien Day.
I'm in. I love Ancient Aliens on the History Channel. We've
Love
had this
that.
discussion before.
We have, absolutely. I think they have Alien Day quite often.
Yes.
Do you feel that way?
I feel like it should be every day.
I agree. Denim Day. Love denim.
Yes.
Denim looks good.
Yeah.
You know, looks nice. And I've noticed that more denim is being worn. There's all different kinds of denim. Now they've got Oprah's favorite denim jeans. Have you seen those?
No.
She's got these jeans that they just make you look that everybody just loves.
Nice. Okay. Well, good. Yeah.
Get Organized Day.
That should be every day.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
I think about it. I really do.
Yeah. With our schedules, we're both very organized people. But there's things that make us appear like we're not at times,
look
you
at
know.
us. Look at
So
you. That's a
so
good
there's
spin
certain
on it.
things. So we are definitely organized where it matters most. We really
What
are.
he said.
Yeah, we really are.
I completely agree. Yeah. Well, we do. Yeah, we get things done.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a method to our madness.
There is. Yeah, and it drives other people mad.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's
you might
okay.
not know the order,
It's
but
like,
it's coming. It will happen.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they don't realize that we go till midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So you just got to, you know what I mean? You're going to get things done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hug a Friend Day. I love that.
That's good.
Hugs
yeah.
are good, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
Hug an Australian Day. Okay. Well,
you'd hug two people if you hugged an Australian
Right.
that's not a friend, so you got hug a friend. Okay.
hug Australian, yeah.
All right.
International Guide Dog Day. I love guide
Oh.
dogs. Aren't they just so, you talk about respect and just how well they do.
And it's amazing how the level of care that they provide for the person that they're taking care of. I think it's just amazing.
And how smart. You know, they have the dogs that like even know like if they're going to go in a seizure. I mean, like they can tell.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad, that's just
and they pull them
beyond.
to the ground or
Yeah,
get them
yeah.
to somewhere where they're you know safe. that's just amazing.
And I mean,
I've had some dogs that are not guide dog material.
Oh, I've got one right now that oh my goodness. Oh, don't even. No, this is the, hands down.
Would have been like, are you going to get up out of the floor so I can get something to eat? The dog would be.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I could. But I actually have been, I've talked to a trainer, and they get them at a puppy. They get them as a puppy. Mm-hmm. You think about how close they are with this puppy. And then they raise them up and work with them and teach them all of this. And then they go ahead and then they go on to their person.
Yeah. That's a selfless act.
Oh my gosh, Brad.
To train something you love to take care of someone else.
I know.
I mean, that is the ultimate.
I can't imagine, because you fall in love. You fall in love with that dog.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I know that there's different mixed feelings about this, but there's programs across the U.S. that have inmates that train guide dogs and things like that, and just those types of programs to me are just amazing, because those people that have unfortunately done something that they need to be incarcerated for, and they get a new lease on life, but they get to give back. Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds silly or whatever, but I just think things like that, I mean, those types of programs are just amazing to me.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. But you're right. You've got to fall in love with that puppy.
Oh, yeah. And
it's hard not to.
There's nothing better. Like, I love puppies, don't get me wrong. Who doesn't love a puppy, right?
Right.
But when you get like a little bit older, more mature, and they get older dog, and you've grown, that's the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is the best.
Yeah.
Because they are, you've worked with them, they do know. Now, I do have one that no matter what you work with, whatever. Okay, but he's on an island over by himself, okay?
He's an independent contractor.
That's right. A normal, let me go back to the normal, like, I mean, you can't beat that. You know what I mean? When you've got an older dog or a dog that,
And they look at you like they know exactly what you're thinking.
They do.
And they're just
everybody knows. Everybody in the room knows each other.
And they don't judge you for that extra scoop of ice cream that you sneak.
No, and if you give them a pup cup, they're very happy.
Yeah, it's like, this is our secret. We're good.
That's exactly right.
We're good.
But then to give that and know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great to know that you're helping someone else.
Yeah.
But it would be very hard on your own self, because you've learned to love.
I don't think I could do it.
I would have a hard time.
My intentions would be good, that I would train this animal, but I'd be like, I can't do it.
Well, I would have to probably meet, or if they don't want to meet me, that's fine. Meet the person to just, and then once I saw that, then maybe I could. I don't know. I don't know, Brad. I know it's easier said than I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I might say, go jump back in my car and we gotta get out of here. Sorry.
We're rolling. We're bouncing. Accidentally throw the ball into your vehicle.
Yeah.
Oops.
Sorry.
Take off. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Or I come with the dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
You get me too.
Yeah.
Sorry. International Noise Awareness Day, Brad. We don't realize that. Boy, you go back to a few years ago. I mean, how many concerts did we go to that just like?
We loved every minute of it.
Could not get loud.
Oh wait,
enough.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah. No, I mean, right?
No.
I mean,
yeah.
Like that, or like in your the radio. I mean, right? I mean, blasting.
But do you think that when you're not in your 20s, and maybe not in your early 30s, that the types of noise that annoy you changes?
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and volumes change with noise. Like, there may be some little something. Yeah, I just think that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then there's some that's just like the noise all runs together at times.
Well, that's true. That is true.
So,
yeah. So this is actually International Noise Awareness Day. Or like, have you had that person that's whispering in your ear? You know what I mean? They're like so into your ear that you can't even, like, what? What?
Right,
you know what I mean? I'm horrible with
that. I've been told that when I try to whisper, I actually get louder and people can hear me more.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm trying to get louder. It's because I feel like if I'm trying to whisper, I have to talk slower and enunciate, and the volume just automatically goes out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have a busted eardrum. Remember, I busted my eardrum with a daughter that cried so loud. Really true. Yeah. And so I don't hear so well.
Yeah.
So I'm like always, huh? What? You know, huh? Like that. You know what I mean? And then I will have things like I talk loud a lot of times because I can't hear my level a lot of times. And then like I'll listen to things really loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you get in my car right now and
Oh,
Rick and Bubba.
yeah.
I'm the show.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
They're in the front seat with us. You know?
Yeah, it's like woohoo. Yeah, yeah.
And I think we did.
I am that one that when the 17-year-old says, "Can we turn that down a little bit?"
Does he not know?
Well, he's like, Peepaw wants to hear. The abuse we take.
We do. All right.
But every concert was worth it.
Yeah, every bit of it, absolutely. Every time
That's when music was good.
That's exactly. That's exactly right. National Help a Horse Day. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. National Kids and Pets Day.
Yes.
I love that. I think kids should have pets. I love
Yes.
that. Ooh, here we go, Brad. Let's go get one. A National Pretzel Day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love pretzels.
Oh, I do too.
They're just like so good.
Yeah.
And like when they're warm.
Oh, absolutely. And are you salt or no salt?
I don't care. What are you?
It depends on the mood.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. Usually they already have salt on them. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, and if it's a lot, then I'll kind of scrape it off if it's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But I'll take an unsalted.
Are you a mustard or cheese?
Well, it depends on if I'm going healthier, mustard.
Yes.
But if I don't,
Yeah.
if it's my birthday.
No, I know. Or
Cheese.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. a day that ends in Y.
Yeah.
It's cheese.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm about half and half. If I'm thinking about it, I like spicy mustard with my pretzels.
Oh, have mercy. You know that. Spicy
Yeah.
mustard that is a
Yeah.
gift from God.
Yeah, it is.
And I think there's 0 calories in it. So you can, or
Yeah,
very
it's-
few.
you can
spicy mustard
you
up
can
all
go
you want.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't. I won't turn down one with cheese,
I know.
dip and cheese.
Oh, I know.
Can I get some of that dip and cheese?
Yeah. There's one that's got like this, and it's called beer cheese. It's beer cheese.
Oh, beer cheese is good.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
It's just like.
There's a restaurant that when I travel for work in Indy that they have. It's just a local, I call it local, but it is basically a small local restaurant, and they make their own beer cheese, but they make pretzel bites and pretzel sticks that are like breadsticks that are pretzel.
Are they?
Yeah, if you have that, and that's what they bring out, like some places bring rolls out and
Yeah.
stuff. That's what they bring out to start. Everybody gets it.
Let's load up right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go celebrate.
Yeah.
Well, they have over in the Jasper area, the one restaurant has got this. It's huge pretzel. Okay, so I'm in a business meeting. Okay, and everybody's like ordering. Okay, well I really didn't want a whole lot. You know what I mean? But I love pretzels, right? And I'm not trying to be rude, but where do you just get a good pretzel, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, yeah. So I thought, well, I'll just get a pretzel. Okay. Well, here they are. They bring this pretzel like hanging from a tower. No, I mean it's like huge.
Yeah.
I mean like no, I mean it's like like lapping the Indianapolis 500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like huge, or maybe like the Kentucky Derby. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, you're like, this is awkward.
Oh, I was so.
But I'm gonna try to eat
And then
this.
of course,
Yeah.
hang on. Then everybody, oh wow, you hear that, and it's just like.
Well, you know me. I'd have been like, that's okay.
That's right.
I got
know.
this.
I know.
I got
Yeah,
this.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
would not
Well, what's
hold
funny
back.
is I had made the comment. I'm really not that hungry.
But then you ordered something.
Like,
Pretzels
but I
as
did
big
not
as your
know.
head.
I didn't know. And I mean, like huge. I did not
Yeah.
know that. I didn't know I was going to get in that.
That's
And
funny.
then of course I did offer, and you know how so like while they're eating, because they've got a meal they're eating. So then I find myself, I'm almost at the end of this pretzel. Like, it's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did offer if anybody wanted any. Oh no, we can see that you've got it.
Well, I didn't want to share anyway.
Yeah, I
Thank
know.
you.
Yeah, in my
So-
heart of hearts, I was hoping you'd say no.
Yeah.
I was taught to ask, but anyway. So
Yeah.
yes, National Pretzel Day. But I could go for one of those right
You
now.
know, I did have someone tell me that when they were offering something and they were disappointed that someone took them up on it, they're just like, well, I was taught to be polite and offer, but I wasn't taught that I had to mean it. Mom never covered that
Mom
part.
never did. Or on Friends, Joey don't share
Yeah.
food.
Oh,
Yeah, Joey doesn't share
Yeah.
food. We say that
it's
all the
polite. You offer, but
That's right.
you don't have to mean it.
Right, order your own. You know what I mean? Or I will order you one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
it's like French fries.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? You know, you didn't order French fries, but
Yes, and we get started.
we do. We've talked that French fry talk before. Okay.
Yeah.
Just you know what I mean?
There's etiquette.
Absolutely. We are here to explain that. Okay.
Jeannie's proud right now.
Yeah. National Richter Scale Day.
Okay. No earthquakes. We don't
Nope.
want earthquakes.
No. National Static Cling Day. Oh, static cling.
Sometimes that's every day.
I know. It's just like, oh. And you know how, like, if you ran across a carpet or something, you shock someone, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Stop Food Waste Day.
Yes.
I love that. Real quick, since we got a second here. I want to kind of talk about, and I think this is so good, that Walmart does so many great things, and I always want people to know this.
Mm-hmm.
And Brad, I would love to. I talk behind your back about this too. But when there is like food that has been prepared, or food that is ready to go, you know,
Mm-hmm.
cooled, you do so much at the food bank. That Walmart does.
Yeah,
Give so
we
much,
do.
and I just love that so much.
We do, and
it's good food.
Yeah, and we don't talk a lot about
I
that
know you
because
don't. I know,
it's
I
just
know. It's
you
just
know
one of those things you
how
do.
we do. But I think it's important, and I think that's one thing that, especially here across the street, that we're very proud of all of the things that we can donate and do like that. There used to be so many regulations and things on what you could do with food that was already prepared, or how you could handle it, and things like that. But here in the state of Indiana, especially, the state has done a lot of things that makes it easier for retail grocers and people that prepare food and things like that, steps that we can do. And I think that it's important to think that, one, in our community, as much as we got a community that helps, it's not, everybody helps and stuff. But we think of 1 in 3 kids in our community have food insecurities. And so we're just lucky that we have a place with the food bank that we can send that out and give them food. And milk can be donated, fresh produce can be, meat, everything can be. Because I think a lot of times people think about like certain meat products and stuff like that, they have a best by or used by date, but that's actually so much shorter than the true safety allowable use of that product. So when you're already lower than that, and then we can freeze it, and it extends that. And a lot of things, if you freeze them properly, they'll last in your freezer for a year. So we can do things like that. But I think especially with the fresh produce and stuff, and I think that they had averaged that we've increased, and I mean Walmart, and this is a good thing, that we've increased the ability for people to have 3 or 4 days worth of food as compared to 1 or 2.
Isn't that a blessing?
And I think that's a win for everybody, and we're happy to do that. And the other thing with that is Walmart doesn't penalize any of their stores for those donations. Actually, they encourage that, because that cuts down waste. And we've reduced our food waste by over 70% by being able to donate to local food banks and local charities and things like that. So we're very proud of that.
Well, I just wanted to, I wasn't going to go there, but when you start talking about that, and I'm a huge, I think having 6 daughters, I don't like to waste food.
Right.
I really don't.
Right.
And my girls, I'm no stranger to leftovers, because I just,
me too.
And I think it's such a blessing, and I think sometimes you don't always talk about it, and I've seen them, I've been over there and I've seen them getting it prepared and getting it ready.
Yeah.
And I've been with one of my girls or something, and I'm like, oh, they're getting it ready to go, and oh wow, I don't think sometimes we realize it. I know you guys are you don't talk about it a lot.
Right.
But I think such a blessing, and I think for anybody that needs some help and goes to, and gets food at the food bank, they know that. It's such a blessing that Walmart has really kicked it up, and we've been, since you've been in the community, it's been very much a blessing for our community.
Yeah, and we are kind of quiet about that, just because it's just how we handle that. But That is, we do everything we can to get food that is not purchased and not consumed by our customers to where we have very little food waste now with what we donate. I mean,
which I'm happy about.
We are donating about 95% of what would be considered non-sellable product, but it's not waste, truly.
No.
But so we're very proud of that.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that, because I know you guys don't talk about it a lot, but I think it's definitely a blessing, and it's just one more great thing that is added to our community.
And we do customer value program too, that for certain lunch meats, or just about every lunch meats, cheeses, things like that, that we have put those yellow stickers on. We mark them down 40%. It's not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just that we, when you have a lot, things like that, and you're getting closer to a date, then it's an opportunity to save about 40%.
Yeah.
And that helps too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, awesome. So definitely, and I'm a firm believer in not throwing food out.
Yeah. I do have switching gears a little bit. I do have a quick thank you to all of the folks out at West Washington. I had the opportunity to be involved with their production of Peter Pan. I got to fly one of the kids around, Brooks Deaton, who is, he's going to be a star, isn't he? He is just,
absolutely.
He is, he's there. All the kids were great. But I want to thank Kayla Siebold and Hook and Peter Pan were here with us a couple weeks ago, and but she asked me to help be involved in this, and so I was backstage and got to help Michael fly. The fairy dust did most of it. I will have to say,
come on.
But it was a good experience, and their the crowds were good, and these kids were tough and hardworking, and so they just welcomed me like I was part of the family. So that was pretty good. So
and best news ever, you didn't drop anyone.
I did not drop anyone. No, not at all. Yeah, but and you went to the show.
I did. I was cheering you on. Yeah.
You and the birthday girl came to see it, and so it was a great experience. But Kayla Siebold and Hannah Ledgerwood and Sarah Burks out there, and the support they got from the community and the administration. But it was a good time. So I walked away with the T-shirt. You know how we are about T-shirts. I walked away with the shirt.
I know.
Walked away with the shirt. So and stuff. But anyway, there's some great kids out there, and so thanks to everybody that came out and supported them. It was really pretty cool. It was magical.
It was very magical, for sure.
Yeah, even seeing it backstage and seeing it multiple times, once that curtain opened and it was go time, it was really cool. So
we were just talking about, there was a lot of lines to learn. I mean, no, really. I mean, and everybody hit their mark and their lines and everything. I mean, that was a lot. So hats off to them.
And you guys were lucky on Sunday, because by Sunday I knew the Ugga Wugga Ugga whatever song by heart. So it's a wonder I didn't jump out and be in the back and be a part of that one. I knew.
So that was
every
you on
part
the microphone. I heard.
That was. I was like leaning around the curtain singing with them. I totally.
I love that.
That song is stuck in my head.
How could you not? I know. No, I got
not even I'm flying for when we were flying kids.
Yeah.
It was that one. Just.
Well, see, what was stuck in my head? I don't want to grow up. Yeah. And then now I'm going to have that one stuck in my head that you said that. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, thank you to all of them, and it was a great time. So I appreciate it.
For sure. All right, Brad. One more gear to shift. I want to say that this is actually a public service announcement, because right now is the worst time of the year for sunburns.
Yes.
And I know right now that you are chomping at the bit to get the pool going, and everybody's mowing, everybody's weed eating, everybody's cleaning out their furniture for the summer or getting it all ready. Well, here's the fact. Late April and early May are the worst times for sunburns, and it's when you're more likely to get a really bad burn. Here's why. The angle of the sun the angle of the sun is about the same as it is in late August. But since it's not as hot, we're less likely to cover up and use sunblock. One reason May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. I did not know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the American Academy of Dermatology posted a list of top skin care risk factors, so keep these in mind. Okay, so if you have red hair, blonde hair, skin that burns easy, using tanning beds a lot, having a weaker than average immune system, and working outside or having a history of excessive sun exposure. Okay, so here are some tips, Brad. Okay, these are things to do, okay? Find some shade.
Yep.
Someone's throwing shade.
Throw shade. Well, I know where you can find that.
Oh, I know that one too. Especially between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Okay?
Okay.
Opt for a wide-brimmed hat. You have
yes,
that.
You I have
a
that.
Really nice hat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your hat.
Yeah.
Did you get a new one? Stay with the one you have.
No, I'm staying with that one until
I like that one. That's a good hat.
No, yeah.
Okay, and wear sunglasses to protect your eyes.
Yep.
And wear sunblock that's 30 or higher.
Yes.
So I didn't realize.
I'm going to throw something extra on top there.
Go ahead.
So, anybody who knows me knows that all summer long, even though I get a tan and all that,
Brad,
I wear.
Tan. You get really dark.
I wear the long sleeve, dry fit solar shirts, and people think, oh, it's summertime, but those are cool. But this time of year, especially, because it's not as warm and stuff, and so. But if you throw that on. If you want to wear a short sleeve shirt for a while, but wear that more than anything. And the wide brim hat actually is great. Throw some sunscreen on your face because you don't think about that. Yeah. Even if you have a hat on, there's times that the sun's going to get to you. So just throw a little bit of sunscreen on. But those dry fit long sleeve shirts help if you're. Some people don't like to use sunscreen, things like that. That will help, if anything. That will help, and not have your arms exposed and things like that.
Right.
So,
now, do the shirts, are they like protected? Are they like UV protected?
You can get some that are just dry fit long sleeve shirts to use, but most of them have at least an SPF of 35 or 40.
That's awesome.
So that's good.
Yeah, really good.
That's good. So yeah.
Well, I think it's just important to good reminders because you forget that, and every one of us, like, when it's pretty or like it starts off cold like yesterday, and then all of a sudden it got a little bit warmer and the sun's out, and then you're like trying to get everything done outside that you can.
Yes.
And then you don't realize the sun and how.
And the wide brim hats do make a difference. I mean, a baseball cap will help too.
Yeah.
But you got to think about you got to have sunscreen on the ears because it doesn't cover that. But a wide brim hat is the best, and they look pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you kind of go back to years ago, that's what they would do. Like they would wear the hats, right?
Yeah.
And then they would, you're completely channeling your grandfather.
And my hat came with my lawnmower, so.
It was a package deal?
It was. Yeah.
And then
now I've got a couple bucket hats that I like too.
Yeah.
Those work too.
Bucket hats always.
You can get those wet and don't worry about it, But my wider one is it's a purpose. Yeah. I mean, it really is. So, yeah.
Have you peeled back the cover yet?
No, that's coming after this rain gets out of here this weekend and a couple days. Then the process is going to start. It's going to be cold, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the process is going to start, and I'm actually later than normal.
Yeah.
Normally, I have by May 1st, everything is ready to go. Yeah. Cold or not. But.
Right. We have we have a lot going on. Of course, May the 4th we're going to be celebrating that.
Oh yes.
Got some Star Wars stuff coming in, some swag.
Yeah.
That they sent me.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then the 6th, of course, is the Derby.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, and of course you have Oaks Day, and then you have Derby and things like that. So but
it's a fun time of year. And
we
then
got. Primary coming up.
We got the election coming up for sure. Yeah, that'll be on May the 2nd.
Yeah.
So we have that first, and then so it's gonna be busy, something all the time.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I know we like that.
Summer's supposed to be busier, right?
Yeah. I think everybody's excited about that, ready to And then we'll be up there election night doing coverage, doing election results. Exciting. It should be pretty fast.
Yeah.
Should be pretty fast, and then we'll be planting season and getting the flowers, and I've seen where Walmart's already getting all your flowers.
Oh yes, and a lot of people, they won't plant tomatoes before May 5th.
Okay.
So
frost.
Yeah,
we've had a few frosty days.
But we're starting. We got all kinds of plants, like anything for your outdoor needs, all kinds of grills, stuff like that. So this is So this is
For sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna I'm going to put it up, but there was a plant that said wait, what did it say? Oh goodness, I can't remember what the tag said. It was so funny, and oh, I'll have to say put a pin in that, and I'll have to come back to that because I can't remember what it said. But anyway, it was real funny your plants are very entertaining. Their tags on there, so.
And remember,
what did that plant say?
we've
right.
got to, they have multiple colors, so use them all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Use them all. I mean, it's good to go with the theme, but it's even better to use them all.
Yeah, yeah. I cannot remember what it said, but it was really funny what it said, and I thought, oh, that's something that's very entertaining for sure. But Brad, I want to thank you so much for time gets by. Oh, wow, we've got to get out of here. But
a reminder, real quick, coming up. I know we'll be on, but plants and stuff. Mother's Day's coming up, so indoor plants would be great. Outdoor plants would be great. Surprise her with something, and the folks over there. If you pick it out and pick the pots and stuff, we'll put it together for you.
That's something I forgot.
That's something we do.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All the time, and we'd be happy to do that, and and we'll actually let you help us if you want, so you can tell Mom that, hey, I helped do this. So.
Well, I had a daughter the other day. So what do you want for Mother's Day? Plants, 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 plants.
Yes. Yes.
So then she goes, do we annuals or perennials? And I'm like, okay. So then we had to have that talk. And She's like, I know. Yes. I knew it growing up, but I didn't really listen.
Life gets busy. And it's one of those.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's never too late to rehab this conversation.
Exactly. All right, Bradley, have a beautiful day. Take care, and thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. Let's thank our sponsors.
All right. Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Fantastic Sam's, Fox Lee Wealth Management.
Proving daily that common sense is a superpower. American heroes, Rick and Bubba.
6 minutes past the hour. No Name Studio on the bleeding edge of technology. From sweet home Alabama to the world. Speedy, the real Greg Burgess, Helmsy, Eddie Van Adler, the gang, all here. Welcome back, Bill Bubba Buster.
Rick, glad to be here, and thank all of you for letting us do what we do here on the Rick and Bubba Show.
So we have, we love to assess throwing out the first pitch, and I want to tell you, Bubba, I heard Speedy talking about it. So when we do the Rick and Bubba night with the Montgomery Biscuits for I-92, our affiliate in Montgomery, coming up on May the 18th, they don't have the time for there to be more than one throw the first pitch out, and they asked who will be throwing it, and of course Speedy, I said, well, that'll be Bubba. He's the former pitcher. If we went somewhere and said who's the first person to fire off and remove a blocker, then that would be me. But as far as pitching, so I want you to know you've got a first pitch coming up on May 18th. Okay?
I'll be ready.
Are you going to be ready to go?
I'll be ready.
So look for that, and but this one is Alabama baseball, and of course Nick Saban, the head football coach, is asked to come out and throw out the first pitch. Now Saban, I wonder if he worked through the process of getting ready for this, because it's the process.
It is a process.
You don't concentrate on the pitch.
I understand the process.
You concentrate on the process, and then the perfect pitch is the outcome. So we'll see how he throws it. How old's Saban now? He's
71.
71. All right. So here he comes. Here he is walking out for the first pitch. So here it is.
Not bad.
71.
Didn't bounce. I don't believe, unless I missed something. Was it a short hop?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I consider that
Was he all the way at the mound?
No,
he was a little bit off the rubber, but they may have made him stay off of it. Sometimes they do, they don't want to mess it up.
Let's look again.
I doubt I doubt they told Coach Saban stay off the rubber.
Yeah, I doubt that very seriously. All right, so let's look where he is.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's kind of where most people do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it bounced.
It didn't?
No, it's just maybe a little bit of.
Maybe just a...
I mean, umpire's not going to call it a strike, but
No.
but it made it there.
No issue with the first pitch.
That was
As
a great
as far
pitch.
as a ceremonial
There's no
first
problem
pitch,
with that.
no
There's
problem.
no Fauci.
Not at all.
No, Greg.
Greg, don't
That-
even compare.
All right, watch right here. Do you see a little dirt come up?
I
No,
think
it-
it's
it
from
was
the
lo-
glove.
It was low, but it didn't bounce.
Number 39, Garrett McMillan, is a senior out of
it didn't bounce.
Tuscaloosa.
Watch it come up.
He was
Yeah.
the catcher.
Watch it come up.
He's
No.
throwing a sinker.
I see
There-
it.
And
he's
I-
throwing
I-
a sinker.
That was
The
from
dirt
glove.
is from the glove, Rick.
Yeah.
The glove.
I think
39 had to reach
Yeah,
out.
he
When he
did.
reached out, he brought a little dirt with
He
it.
did, but he
Do
got
we
it.
wish he wouldn't have had to move? Yes.
Rick,
I'm good with it.
Well,
No, it's fine.
considering
But this is
considering the
saving,
way
so my standards through the roof.
71, Rick.
considering the way
True,
most
Rick.
first pitches go, that is as good as it gets.
I will say
You know,
this:
we,
if
we've
the
seen
catcher
people get hit
Yes,
standing behind
yes,
the plate.
yeah.
We've
Fired
seen
in
them not
Jordan.
even get
Fired in
close.
there, Jordan.
I
Y'all,
think if the catcher
I
can
think
stay in
that
its
was on
stance
purpose,
and
too.
catch the ball, it's a good one.
Well,
you know.
as somebody that knows a lot about this, Saban was a little short.
Yeah, because you've thrown out a first pitch, haven't you?
I know what it's like to be a little short.
I know.
All right. He was a little short. All right, calling it.
Has he sang the national anthem? I don't think so.
The great one, a little short.
Did you?
Just a little.
I'm just saying my standard is extremely high for Saban. I put him in almost that superhuman category.
Yes.
That you know wouldn't surprise me if he'd have thrown his leg up like Nolan Ryan and let one eat.
Yeah.
Guys, I actually witnessed an umpire call a ball like that a strike this past weekend. Nobody could believe it.
You fight him?
The robot would
I
have
said,
got
"Oh
it
wow,
right.
so mid shin's a strike now."
There you
The
go.
robot wouldn't be an issue.
The robot would have got it right.
Yep.
No, don't. Get
Well, I'm just telling you.
We can still let umpires make mistakes on bases.
Yeah.
Let's let the computer get it right at the plate.
Have y'all ever seen? And I'm sorry, Adler. I don't mean for you to go scurrying trying to find it. But and now keep in mind, he was one of the best pitchers of all time. I'm acknowledging that. But have you ever seen the footage of when they bring Nolan Ryan back as a old man to throw out the first pitch, and he hikes that leg up there, and he
Guns.
I'm talking about he turns it loose. And I'm not saying he threw it as hard as he could in his prime, but boy,
It was 86.
He caught me off. It's probably in the high 70s, low 80s for sure.
What got me is his age. He could get his leg back up there again. He put that leg up there because boy, he could put that leg up there and
Found
bring
it.
Oh yeah.
I found it.
You
Here he
did
is.
not.
And he's 63 years old, and they're saying that he threw 85 miles an hour.
He tucks that knee in tight.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I bet it's right.
So what? Look, boom.
Yeah.
Smoke City. Who's catching him right there? By
I
the
don't
way?
know, but he
The
wished
guy
he
catching it was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah. 63 throwing it in there like that.
63. Nolan Ryan was my hero when I was a kid. growing up.
Have you watched the documentary yet?
No, I haven't.
What are you talking
I didn't
about?
know there was
What's
one.
wrong
Say
with
that.
I
you?
didn't know there was one.
Call yourself a fan of Nolan
We've talked
Ryan.
about it 3 times on this program.
I was not listening.
I love how
Okay.
you came up with 3. That's good.
Hey, you need to go find time. Now, of course, now you done brought all these kids in the house. You never get to watch it.
That's true. Yes. Yes.
But what is it called? Hitting Ryan, Lowing Ryan? I forgot what it's called, but it's fantastic.
You're all over it, right?
Yeah, let me tell you what it's
Always
out there.
sell the product. Google that.
Something
Facing
Ryan.
Nolan.
Facing
Yeah.
Nolan.
Facing Nolan. Okay, it's only a year old. Came out in 2022. I got time.
Let me tell you something. It is an outstanding.
It is.
All right,
It's
I'm
really
watching.
good.
The name didn't really stick with me, but
No,
I'm telling you.
no.
But let me tell you.
You
what,
get to know. You said knowing. You get to know him a lot.
I'm
in
not
this.
sure what he
Behind
said.
the
Yeah,
scenes.
you really
He said
do.
knowing Nolan.
Get,
you to calm
get to
down.
know Nolan. And
Did they talk about the fight? When
Oh,
he was-
yeah.
Absolutely.
Did they talk about
They
the
do.
fight?
Yes.
Do they?
Have you guys heard about the fight?
Oh, no. They
Both
talk-
talked about the fight.
Yeah. Nolan Ryan, I'm like you. He's one of those. I remember one time I had his baseball card and thought I was sharp.
Thought you were charged.
I had some baseball cards.
His rookie card was very expensive.
Right.
Still is to this day.
Yeah, you went all in on cards. You told us that you
I did.
collected them. I
Yeah,
never
still
could
got a
quite.
ton of
I
them.
never could quite commit to that level, but I remember being excited. Now I think we talked about this before. I don't know who came up with the bubble gum that was in these cards. That's the worst.
Oh, it's
But
terrible.
Who's allowed to even put that
I
in
don't
there
know
for
if I
kids
ever
to
chewed
eat?
it.
I mean, who's allowed to put that there for kids to eat?
Well, it was good for about 3 chews.
right. I mean,
Got that old powder on
that
there.
was-
That was the
I
sugar.
think they're making the cards out of the same material as the gum.
Yeah, I think so.
Same
too.
factory.
Yeah, it did
hey,
taste the same.
after Saban threw the first pitch, he went and shredded the first the electric.
Greg,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
Guitar
guy.
player that looked just